right, what's good all day, fam? Week 11 is in the books, and we're going to talk. We got to talk about what's up with these games. We're going to go over every single game because we're going to do what I always do: compare and contrast my predictions to the actual outcomes of the NFL Week 11 games. I went 6-6 this week. I had some hits, some misses, some moments where I was cooked, and some moments where I was just near prophetic. So let's break down every game, my prediction versus what actually happened, what I got right, what I got wrong, and the real story behind each matchup. So let's go. The first game, Commanders versus the Dolphins. My pick, I said the Dolphins was going to win 22-10. The Dolphins won 16-13 in overtime. Very interesting, very, very interesting game. I watched some of that game and it was okay. My script was my script was dead accurate. So what I said about this game, it was ugly football, low scoring defense leading the way. Miami had to survive this one in overtime. So I had the margin wrong, but the vibe, I note that I'm completely right on this game. Next game, Seahawks versus Rams. And I actually, so yeah, I picked the Seahawks to win 27-25, and the Rams won 21-19. So I got to be real. Sam Darnold, he disappointed me in this game. I'm a USC guy to the core, but I warned y'all. Sam is elite on time, and he's terrible when timing breaks. So that's exactly what happened. 4 interceptions, timing thrown off all game. You can't win like that. So I have to win it wrong, but the Darnold scouting report I had on him was pretty much right. I mean, I think like Sam Darnold can get it together next week. So I need Sam Darnold for people to believe in Sam Darnold. He has to play. He's going to have to play good for the rest of this week. For the rest of this year, rest of this season, and I would say he's going to have to. He may not have to win a playoff game, but he's going to have to play very, very well, where it's not his fault why the Seahawks lost that playoff game. Because I'm not that type of analyst who's going to say, "Oh, he has to win a playoff game." But what if he was terrible in that playoff game? You see what I'm saying? They overlook certain stuff like that. I'm going to say that he has to play well, regardless if the Seahawks are going to win or not in the playoffs. So he's going to have to play well for the rest of the entire year. Every game that he plays for the rest of the 2025 season, Sam Darnold is going to have to play very good, especially when they go into the playoffs, especially for people to believe in him. Now, I mean, I think people can still believe in him if he doesn't play well, a game or here or two, but they still can win. But he does play very, very well in the playoffs. So for me, I would like to see Sam Darnold play very well for the rest of the year. I'm always rooting for him. I know he got it in him. I know he has the talent. I watched all his games at USC. I think he's a very, very, very talented quarterback. He's just going to have to get it together and be consistent. All right? So that's that for Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. The Rams, they look phenomenal. They're probably the best team in the NFL. I mean, from top to bottom, they are elite. They right now, the way they're playing, they could probably get Stafford his second ring. The way they're playing right now, I mean, I don't know any. I wouldn't pick any team in the NFC to win over the Rams. Maybe the Eagles. The Eagles probably can have the Rams number, but those teams are evenly matched, man. They really are. The only thing that I would say that the Rams has on the Eagles is the quarterback. Everything else, they're pretty much evenly matched. No, I think the Eagles' defense is probably better than the Rams' defense, too. But the Rams' defense is elite, too. Don't get me wrong. They got some elite pass rushers, man. So that'll be a nice matchup to see, the Rams and the Eagles. I don't think they play again this year. I don't know. But, they more than likely will play in the playoffs. They probably will see each other in the playoffs. Let's see. Let me find out and see if the Rams and Eagles are going to play each other. Are the Rams and the Eagles playing against each other this season? Let's see. Let's find out. As that's looking up, researching, let's keep going. All right, and then we got the Bucks and the Bills. So I picked the Bucks to win 23-20. The actual outcome, the Bills won 44-32. So I was really wrong on this. Josh Allen went full Marvel movie mode on here. 6 touchdowns. He had a superhero stat line. This is the exact version of Allen the media drools over. And again, I've never said he isn't talented. I never said Josh Allen wasn't talented. I've said he's overrated because he has these highs and follows them with 2 weeks of chaos and turnovers. But this week he snapped off. Props given to Josh Allen. He played very well. Right, it was three passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. I think it was. It was phenomenal. You know. So, yeah, that's that. And let's see, the Chiefs, Broncos. So I picked the Chiefs to win this game, 25-17. Wrong again. The Broncos won 22-19. So I wasn't too far off with the margin. I was wrong about the team. This one proves my whole Broncos takes. I said they were number one in punts. They had elite defense, outstanding coaching. No, not number one in punts. So here's the thing about the Broncos that I have to have you all understand. The Broncos, like, I believe they punt the ball more than any other team in the NFL, but they only have lost 2 games. So that's not good. That shows that their offense is terrible. The Broncos is going to have to get it together. And let me fact check myself on that. I'm gonna fact check myself on that. I've heard that. I've read that and heard that somewhere else, but I want to see if that's actually accurate. Does the Broncos punt the ball more than any other team in the NFL? And I think, yeah, I heard Shannon Sharp say that, and so I think, yeah. So I just wanted to fact check that real quick, but as I was looking up, but they have outstanding coaching, they have a conservative offense, and they have a quarterback who has a limited ceiling, and so they won this game exactly the way I said they was going to play: defense, field goals, and surviving on the edges. I got the pick wrong because I just wanted to depend on. I didn't want to bet against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are not looking very well, and for the past few years, Mahomes has been on a decline. And this was one of my reasons why I said Mahomes is overrated. Because people were trying to make a case that he was going to be the GOAT if they would have three-peated. Even if they would have three-peated, he would not have been the GOAT. Like, no. You just cannot. No, not happening. I don't care. Either way, I didn't care how that last Super Bowl was going to go with them and the Eagles. I was never going to say Patrick Mahomes was the GOAT, the greatest of all time. I don't care if they three-peated. And it's different eras. What Tom Brady did in the eras that he did in 3 different eras has not been done, and it probably will never be done. Right now, it hasn't been done. And just because Patrick Mahomes three-peats, that doesn't mean that he's the GOAT. The Bills went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row. If they would have won all 4 years, would that quarterback would have been the GOAT? I don't think anybody would have been saying their quarterback would have been the GOAT. What was that, Josh Kelly? I don't think anybody would have been saying that. So come on, man. So this is why I say they're overrated. Like when the media is going to overrate these players and say they're better than such and such, they're the GOAT or whatever, I'm going to say they're overrated. It's me saying they're overrated. It's not me saying that I don't think they're good or even great or even talented. It was like they're overrated because the media and the fans is overrating them. And Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, they overrate these quarterbacks. They do, and because they love them, they drool over them. But I digress, man. I got the pick wrong, and I bet it on the Chiefs. I got it wrong, and the Broncos' identity take was, but my Broncos' identity take was spot on. It really was, and so that's that on that. But let's see. Okay, so before I go into the Chargers and Jaguars, let me look at. Okay. So the Rams and Eagles are playing each other this weekend. Wait, no, they met. No. I'm wrong. No. They played already. They played on September 21st, but I don't think they're gonna play again. Let's see. Yeah. No, I wanted to see if they're gonna play. Let's see. The Eagles did beat the Rams the last time they played, 33-26. That was week 3. Okay, yeah, they're not going to play another game this year unless it's in the playoffs. But the Broncos, yes, I was right. The Broncos are leading the NFL in total punts in 2025 so far. They've averaged 41.8 punts, a punting team number in the stats table. So There's a news article that states the Broncos leads the NFL in punts, a paradox powered by defense and clutch late game performances. Wow, interesting. Yeah, that's just not going to get the job done. They play against a team that's actually is going to know how to win. They're not going to win that game. They're just not. People talking about the Broncos when they put up 33, 38 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's very impressive. That's a great thing by. I mean, that was phenomenal what Bo Nix did. But that's not going to happen against a team that actually knows how to win. It's just not going to happen. Chargers, Jaguars. I mean, what did that happen against? It happened against the Giants. You know, so come on. Chargers and the Jaguars. I'm very disappointed in this game. Wow, and you know, I predicted a blowout in this game, and that actually happened. That actually happened. I was 5 points off on the winner of the game, and 3 points off on the loser. But I was wrong on who was going to win this game and who was going to lose this game. So if you switch it, I was almost spot on. So the funny thing about this is I said the Chargers is going to win 30-9, and they lost to the Jaguars 35-6. Wow. You know, very interesting. But the Jaguars, I guess Duval hurt me and said, well, okay, let's show Dante who's actually going to get blown out by 30 points. You know, by 30 plus points. But I mean, the thing about this is that the Chargers are one of the most inconsistent teams in the entire NFL. And Justin Herbert is never going to get any kind of credit by the vast majority of the media if the Chargers don't start being more consistent. It's a shame that Justin Herbert has to go through this, and I love how heroic and responsible, I guess you could say, Justin Herbert is, because he takes accountability. How he holds himself accountable, and how he takes ownership, and how he takes all the blame. That's what true leaders do. And because of because of Justin Herbert's mentality and his leadership ability and his talent and his work ethic, I think he's just only going to continue to keep getting better, especially when the team around him gets better. But the Chargers are just they're not a good football team on both sides of the ball. They are too inconsistent. And the offensive line is one thing. But when you're talking about the defense that's supposed to be great, that's another. And it's not even disappointing. It's disturbing. It's irritating. It's aggravating. It's embarrassing. It's not healthy to be a Chargers fan when their defense comes out like that and just completely just lays an egg. When Jesse Minter is getting all this praise about being some defensive guru, and he's not a defensive guru. Jesse Minter is a very overrated defensive coordinator. He's overrated. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if he's good. I think he's average. Because there has been too many times this year, and sometimes last year, where the defense just completely just fell apart. It was like, what happened to the defense? It's like some games, it's like, oh, the defense is great. This defense is top 5 in the league. This is the the best defense in the league. Darren James looking like the best safety in the NFL. Khalil Mack is looking like he has his last step despite his age. You know, everything. Tarheed skill still. You know, I mean, and then it's a game where we're supposed to win, and you go out and you get blown out. Not just lose the game, you get blown out. Those head coaching opportunities for Jesse Minter is out the window. I don't see any team in the NFL taking a chance on Jesse Minter. He has really shown nothing but inconsistency. I was really big on him. I was starting to say he's the best defensive coordinator in the NFL. He can get a head coaching job. He is out of the window after this year. No. He's overrated and he's average. And I'm going to stick with that until I see otherwise. You gave up 35 points to a struggling Jacksonville Jaguars offense. I think they gave up nearly 200 rushing yards on the ground. Trevor Lawrence did it, barely threw for 150 yards. Travis Hunter was out. Brian Thomas Jr. was struggling. They just ran out. They just ran all over this. How is that a great defense? How is that a defensive guru? The same thing happened with the Colts. How teams are destroying us. They are running the ball up and down our throat. That's embarrassing, bro. He's not a guru. He's not a guru. And I'll never say that he is ever again. Unless I just see the defense actually playing like the Eagles week in, week out, or the Rams week in, week out. I am not going to disrespect other defensive coordinators whose teams are actually playing at an elite level and say Jesse Minter is amongst them. I'm not going to do it. And it will be wrong for me to do it. It will be disrespectful for me to do it. It's irritating. It's embarrassing. The teams that we played great against defensively were against knockoff quarterbacks. It was the same as last year. He actually, to be honest with you, Jesse Minter has actually done nothing since he's been with the Chargers. He really has done absolutely nothing. Because if you look back, since he got with the Chargers, we've played great defensively against struggling offenses or terrible quarterbacks. And Justin Herbert has to eat that up. And then not even giving with the offensive line. What the hell is the charge? Is Jim Harbaugh, Jesse Minter, Greg Roman, Joe Ortiz, what the hell are they doing? Jim Harbaugh goes up there and talks about how he has to get Justin Herbert to the Hall of Fame. How he got to get a couple of rings for Justin Herbert. I hear him say this, yada, yada, yada. Week in, week out. I have all the respects in the world for Jim Harbaugh. I will say Jim Harbaugh is a guru. Jim Harbaugh is elite. Jim Harbaugh is a great coach. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time in the NFL. But right now, he is not impressive. Right now. This is only his second year in the league. But right now, he's not impressive. Like, we have to come out after our bye week. We have 2 weeks off. We have to come out and we gotta win every. I want to see us win every single freaking game, bro. We're gonna have to win games that we're supposed to win, and we need to win games that we weren't supposed to win. We got 4 losses. The Raiders, that better be a dub. And I don't know what the Chargers got after this. Let me see the Chargers' remaining schedule. What are the Chargers' remaining schedule? Here's the thing, man. Justin Herbert has only thrown. He only threw for 41 yards. I don't even know if that's a career low, but it might as well be. 41 yards? Or was it 81 yards? It doesn't matter. He didn't throw for 100 yards. He barely threw for that. I know he didn't throw for a 90. I can't keep defending Justin Herbert because it's making me look like I'm making excuses for him when the Chargers looks like that. I know what I'm seeing. I've watched some of that game. Justin Herbert didn't play a bad game. But how can I defend his game against the Justin Herbert haters when there's games like that? It's only the second year for Jim Harbaugh, man. And I'm going to need him to not be loyal to his staff. If it's time to walk away from those staff, please do it. Because you're going to keep digging a hole. And then you're just going to create more chaos for us losing games and being disappointed. If Jesse Minter is going to continue to keep calling games like this, he has to go. Greg Roman should have been gone. And I will say this. We didn't. The offense was just terrible. We didn't look like we was in sync at all. What the hell is Greg Roman doing? You're throwing deep balls, bro, and you already know you can't do that. The offensive line can't hold Justin Herbert that long. And if Justin Herbert's gonna hold the ball, he's gonna press, and then he's gonna like wait for his receivers to get open. He doesn't have any burners. Like Lat McConkey runs like a 4-3, but he's not a burner. He's more of an inside slot guy. I mean, the short routes helped us win these games. Why are you going away from that? And why are you going away from the running game? What were you doing? Jim Harbaugh better do what's right in the offseason. That's all I want to say. The Chargers is just a team that cannot get it right. They just can't get right. They haven't been able to get right since they fired Marty Schottenheimer. I thought Jim Harbaugh was going to bring that heat to it. I still believe he will, but right now he's not. He's not. That Chiefs win, everybody was like, oh my God. Look at the Chiefs, man. The Panthers has a better record than the Chiefs. That's a fluke. The Raiders, whatever. The Broncos, okay. We almost lost that game. If Bo Nix was a better quarterback, the Broncos actually would have won that game. Because Bo Nix overthrew some receivers downfield. This is pathetic and is embarrassing. The Chargers' remaining schedule is the Raiders. They better win that. And then after the Raiders, they got the Eagles. Then after the Eagles, they got the Chiefs. After the Chiefs, they got the Cowboys. After the Cowboys, they got the Texans. After the Texans, they got the Broncos. Those are some serious teams right there. Those are some dangerous teams. The only teams that the Chargers should just they should win are the Raiders and the Cowboys. All these other teams, they're scary. They're scary. This isn't cool, man. This isn't cool. I don't know. Like, we literally can lose all those games. Literally. The Raiders is a rival, so they could beat us. We lose all those games. We'll have a losing record. Yeah, it's a shame. I don't want to talk anymore about this. I'm going to have to stop defending the Chargers. I can't defend the Chargers anymore unless they go to the AFC Championship. I'm going to just do my best to keep silent on the Chargers. Year in, year out. Unless they go to the AFC Championship, I just can't do it because they're too inconsistent. They're too inconsistent. I mean, unless they're like being very, very inconsistent in the regular season, you know, like they're playing like the Colts or the Eagles, or they're winning like, you know, the Rams. You know, I was like, okay, but if they're not, man, like, it's gonna have to be silent. I'm keep on trying to defend them. Just gonna have to do it. Next game, Bengals Steelers. All right, so yeah, I think it was a fight between Jalen Ramsey and Jamar Chase. Jalen Ramsey said Jamar Chase spit on him, and he said, I don't give an F about football after that. I don't blame him. And Jamar Chase's sister runs and lies and says, I never opened my mouth to that man. And there was a 4K cameras when he literally did. If you're gonna spit on another man, I lose respect for you. Like, I lost respect for Jalen Carter when I saw Jalen Carter do that to Dak Prescott. I lost some respect to Jamar Chase for doing that, bro. Why spit on somebody? Hit him, throw hands, but spit on him? That's some stuff that females do, bro. You know, when you're watching like while you watching, like, I'm a movie buff. You know, you watch these movies and sometimes the kidnapper will kidnap these females, and the female, she spits in his face, or he probably hits her in her face, and then she got blood and she spits the blood in his face, like, out of, you know, disrespect, because that's all what the female can really do. Bro, like, you guys are like, you're spitting on another man, bro. That's just like, this just sounds like it's It's kitty cat, man. It's wimpy. Like what? Why are we spitting on people? I don't get that. There's that new day and age nowadays, man. Like just people just don't have any honor. And I know I saw Speakeasy Shady made a good point. He was just like when there's another man is spitting on another man, he was like he's really trying to disrespect him. Like yeah, that's his intentions. He wants to disrespect you. He has no respect for you, which I agree with Shady on that. I do agree with Shady on that, but it still remains the fact that you're still a wuss by doing that. Like you're still a coward by doing that. Like you're disrespecting yourself by you spitting on somebody else, because it shows how degraded of a human being you are. Like, come on, bro. No, Jamar Chase, he lost a lot of cool points for that one. He lost a lot of street credit for that one. He lost a lot of respect for that one. But, you know, I don't blame Jalen Ramsey. I mean, it's just disrespectful, bro. It's messed up. And I think that's an unforgivable sin. Like, if you spit on me, bro, we can never talk ever again. Like, that's like, final. We fight, we can talk again. We could be friends. We could be friends right after the fight. But you're going to spit on me? I don't even know what kind of diseases you got. You're going to spit on me. Come, like, what the fudge? Like, come on, bro. We could never, I will never talk. I will act like, you don't exist to me anymore, bro. You don't exist. I will much rather you punch me in the face than spit on me. It's crazy, man. That's crazy. If I knew another man spit on another man, I don't even think I would even want to be his friend. I literally don't. I don't even think I would want to be that man's friend. I'm like, bro, like, how wussy can you be? Do you even have any respect for yourself? Have some honor. Have some dignity. Have some code. It's not even about the other person. It's about you. That's a wussy, man. That's sorry on Jamar Chase's end. Whatever, man. I still like Jamar Chase. I think he's I mean, obviously he's a great receiver. Top 2. Well, he's 1A or top 1A, whatever. But, bro, it's a wuss move, man. It's a wuss move. I predicted the Steelers to win this game 30-22. They won this game 34-12. I wasn't too far off. It was perfect game flow prediction. Steelers defense carried the team. The Bengals were struggling without Burrow, and Pittsburgh, they pulled away a late win. So this is one of my cleanest reads of the week so far. Then the Bears Vikings. I said the Bears was going to win 30-25. The Bears won 19-17. This game was a lot more closer than I thought. And to be honest with you all, I really thought to my mind, I said this game may not be that. It may not be that high of a scoring game. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to change my predictions. I'm going to stick with the score. But 19-17, that was the actual. So I was right on the winner, right in the type of game. So this was ugly, close. Bears defense they made the key plays and they won late. Panthers and the Falcons. I picked the Falcons to win this game 25-20. The Panthers won 30-27. This game, I said that the Falcons were built to beat any team, but they're too inconsistent. This game showed that. And I also said, I think Michael Penix is hurt. Is Michael Penix? I think Michael Penix is out for this season. Hold on. Is Michael Penix out for the season? So he's on injury reserve after suffering a serious left knee injury in Week 11. He aggravated a bone bruise in that same knee and also reportedly sustained ACL damage, which could necessitate reconstruction. The team says he will miss at least 4 games, so that's why he's on IR. Most sources believe the injury is likely season-ending injury, according to ESPN.com. This was my concern about Michael Penix, man. I said it so many times in so many videos. I repeated myself. I was like a broken record. I said it over and over and over again. I said I like Michael Penix. I think he can be good, but his injuries was always a concern to me. his injury history. I said he's like him. I'm afraid that he's going to get injured too much. I said that Michigan game kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. And it's showing now. He might pretty much is going to be out. He's pretty much having season ending injury. The Falcons season is pretty much over. I don't know what's going to happen to Raheem Morris, but I don't think he's the answer. This is the second year where the Falcons have not came through. Now last year was he had an excuse. You know, Kirk Cousins was playing like trash, and Michael Penix was a rookie last year, and he came in towards the middle of the season. But I don't know, man. The Falcons are just too inconsistent, and I thought this could have been their year, and then they were playing very well in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it just flopped. You know. But I will say this: I also said about Bryce Young. I told you all I think that the Panthers could have made a run to the playoffs, and they are doing that. The Panthers are actually looking very good. I also told you all that I think Bryce Young could be a very good quarterback, and he is looking phenomenal. Bryce Young throws for 448 yards. He snapped off. So, if the Panthers keep playing like this, man, they can definitely sneak up on some teams. Definitely can. Next game, Texans-Titans. I said the Texans was going to win 25-13. The Texans won 16-13. I was right on the team. It was just a little bit tighter than what I expected. So, you know, that's that. The Texans are still winning. The Texans are winning games. That's all that matters. Packers-Giants. The Packers, I said the Packers was going to win this game 20-13. The Packers won 27-20. So, you all remember what I said? I was like, Jordan Love is inconsistent, but can have one of those, see, this is who he could be games. And this is exactly what happened with Jordan Love against the Giants. So, but he does leaves with a shorter scare, and then he comes back, hits Christian Watson for the dagger, and the Packers steal it. So, that's that for the Panthers and the Giants. 49ers, Cardinals. I said that the Cardinals was going to win 28-24. The 49ers won 41-22. Brock Purdy, he looked good. He looked pretty good. So did Jacoby Brissett. I think Jacoby Brissett was another quarterback that threw for over 400 yards. I think he threw for like over 400 yards, like 4 touchdowns. He's doing his thing, man. He's looking good. He's looking good. So the Ravens, Browns. I said the Ravens was going to beat the Browns 22-20. The Ravens beat the Browns 23-16. So it was a close call, but I got the right one. I said the Browns always play Baltimore tough. I said it's a one-score fight, and I said Ravens edge it late, and that's exactly what happened, because that always happens between the Ravens and the Browns. Tonight, Cowboys is going to play against the Raiders. Who cares about this game, really? But I predicted the Cowboys to beat the Raiders 30-3. But this game hasn't been played yet, but on paper, Cowboys should handle business, and we'll see. Here's the thing before I close. I missed the Sunday Night Football game. I noticed when I was watching the Sunday Night Football game last night between the Lions and the Eagles. I said, "Oh snap! I did not get my Sunday Night Football prediction." So I would have predicted the Eagles to win. There was no way I was going to predict the Lions to win. And 16-9, I would have said something like that. I would have said like 20-14 or something like that. Maybe it's 19-18. I would have said something like that. So 16-9 is pretty much around the ballpark of what I would have predicted. But yeah. So that's it for Week 11. After Monday Night Football, Week 11 will be officially over. I was 6-6 on the picks, but the reads, I was completely right on that. Let's see if I can break that. Let's see if I can get a winning record. Let's see if I can be right about the Cowboys tonight. So, I thank you all so much for watching. You know, this channel isn't about guessing scores. It's about understanding the unseen part of football. the reality of football, coaching tendencies, quarterback psychology, so situational identity, franchise dynamics, all of that. That's what this channel is really about. Really like diving deep into the spectrum, the realm of the NFL football world. So drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. Tell me where you agree, where you disagree, where you think I'm cooking, where you think I'm tripping. We're building this brand brick by brick, layer by layer. We are laying out the foundational structure. And I thank you all so much for witnessing this channel, the births of this channel, of this brand, of this business, all day. Deuces.